lot our Yo Read CC2 collaboration. And now you have trouble with the collision triggers and things like that. So I'm going to help you with it. First off, you know, this is for Aether. This is for AR Gaming, whatever you want to call him. If you are not him, I don't really care if you watch it or not. I don't care if you watch it or not. It's just gonna be a general tutorial on collision blocks anyway. So this is the level. It looks pretty complicated, but it's really not. It just hurts to start it, but once you get building, you really have all the assets at hand. So, Mr. Aether, so we have you have trouble making explosions and stuff. So you can see the player right here has a collision. The player, which is this guy right here, has collision. Whenever it moves, collision block number 8 moves with it. You can see the player has this block on top of it, this thing right here, and it says 8 with a dot next to it. That means it's 8 collision dynamic, meaning it's just a collision block that follows the player. You don't have to touch it. It's, though, the most important collision you have to keep in mind. So, let's say if I touch this red thing, this red slope piece right here, which is supposed to represent one of the rebels. If I touch one of the rebels, which is at collision block 11, you can see when I play, collision block 11 rotates along with the slope. So if I want when the player to touch 11, not only would it shoot a bullet, it would also create an explosion. This is how I would do it. First, I would go into the animated tab, and then I would get one of the explosions. Let's say I want to use this explosion. Then I would warp it or scale it to whatever scale I want it to be at, color it to be whatever color I want it to be. Now, click Edit Special, click Off Randomize Start, tap Animate on Trigger, give this thing a group. So go into Edit Group, Next Free, Add. Now keep in mind this group right here. It's going to be group 101. Take a toggle trigger, toggle off 101. Make sure it's before the player spawn. This white line right here, make sure it's the trigger that toggles it off has to be before it. Now copy and paste that trigger and put it right below the toggle off trigger. Put that as activate group, spawn triggered. So yeah, in this it's still the same. It still toggles on 101, and it spawns. The trigger can only be activated if it is spawned. So then press OK. Press edit group, and then now give the trigger a group. So give the trigger group 102. So this toggle trigger right here has group 102. Now go into the triggers tab once more. Go to and find the collision trigger right here. Put it right underneath your toggle triggers. And put when block ID 8, which is your player, touches block ID B, which is going to be the thing you want your player to touch to activate. So let's say 11, which it is 11. Then activate group 102, which is the toggle trigger or the activate trigger. So now if I touch 11, why did it not work? Hold up. When 8 touches 11, activate activate group 102. Activate group 102. Alright, so this is one thing that it kind of breaks. If it doesn't work for you when you press animate on trigger, then just tick it off. You don't really need animate on trigger. So now if I click this, if I hit the red moving rebel, an animation occurs. Now you can you wonder, how do I stop the animation? Because right now I activate it, I activate the animation, it just keeps going, it keeps looping, the animation keeps playing, and it looks kind of dumb because, you know, burning stuff don't keep on rolling or keep on exploding or whatever. So this is what you have to do. Go here, right here, place a collision block, this thing right here. So this page, there are 3 collision blocks. There's the collision state, collision block, and this weird thing that no one understands how to use. So click on the middle one, place it down, half it, so move it to the half part, and place it right about there where the player is going to end up hitting. Give this a block ID. Press that plus sign. It says 18. Tick dynamic block. Make sure to tick off dynamic block. And then place down another collision trigger right underneath the 102. And do it so that if block ID 8 touches block ID 18, which is our exit trigger we just placed, or exit collision we just played, then activate a group. We don't know that group yet. Copy and paste your toggle animation, and this time place it after the player spawns, so right above the activate one. Put it on spawn triggered 103. Give it a group 103. Collision, target ID 103, activate group. So now, I touch it, so now, actually place the toggle triggers before, meaning before the spawn, the player spawn, the line that spawns the player. Now after you do that, you can see it explodes, and the player hits collision 18, it stops. You can also move collision 18 wherever you wish. It will still explode. Just when the player hits collision 18, it will stop. That's basically the thing. You can do this over and over again. You can't use build helper for some reason, because build helper does not work on collision blocks. So if I copy and paste and do this thing, do the build helper, right? You can see, not only does it not work on the collision blocks, it breaks it, actually. You can see, it breaks it badly, very badly. So yeah, that's that. Done. Easy, simple. Z-Lot collision blocks, collision triggers, just like that. Work just like that. You animate it with a collision block, you stop it with a collision block. Now, if you want a more detailed look, I can do that too. Let me just do this real quick. Get this, get this, get this, all of these. If you want a closer look at it, if you can't really seem to grasp it, can't really seem to understand it too much, I can do this too. Hold up, copy, new, paste, and then platformer. So you can see this is the player and stuff. We got it again, just in a separate level. This is exactly what Z-Law is, right? So our player collision is 8. When this collision hits another collision block with dynamic on, let's say collision block 2, and I want it when the player hits collision block 2 for the player to, or like there to, a fire appears or something. So I will go to the animation, grab a fire, make it look realistic or whatever, you know, spam the fire. I don't care what you do with the decoration, you know, just make it look good, please. 17, let's say, group 17 for that fire. You see this white line? Put a toggle trigger. Put, 1 second. Put a toggle trigger. Put the group of this thing, which is 17. 17. Place another toggle trigger. Give this toggle trigger a group. Activate it and spawn it. Make it spawned. Now, place down a collision trigger and make it so that when block ID 8 touches block ID 2, then the target ID of this toggle trigger, which is going to be 18, will activate. Place this right there. Now you can see if the player touches 2, then the fire will spawn. You can see it's that simple. If you don't want it to be an immediate, just like appearance of the fire, you want it to be more gradual, like with like faded in. Replace the both toggle triggers, and just simply use an alpha trigger, 17, low opacity and low fade time. Place another alpha trigger. Make this one spawn triggered. Make this one spawn triggered. Make the opacity up. Make the fade time whatever you want. And now make it the collision should activate it. So the group should be 18. So now when the player touches the fire or the activation of the fire, you can see it fades in. Simple as that. You can also do sound effects this way. You can do many things this way. You do sound effects. You can do animations, as I showed you. You can trigger certain events, such as, you know, once the player touches this, the screen has a layer of smoke on it or something. Or once the player touches this, this happens. You know, it's input and output. This is basically what it is. Once input 8 touches 2, the output will be. This is some really simple coding stuff in a way, and I hope decoration would fit nicely with you. I expect this level, Mr. Aether, by July 20th. I expect the level finished and decorated by July 20th. Thank you for watching this video. I don't care who you are, what you are, but I hope I see you guys next time.